कुञ्जविहारी।
जय राधमाधवा जय कुञ्जविहारी।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद।
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव गुरुदेव, जय जय गुरुदेव।
जय जय गुरुदेव, जय जय गुरुदेव।
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल।
सागर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, सागर हरि बोल।
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। शिल
जय
प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
गुरु महाराज की जय।
जय
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
जय
शिवगुण कृष्णदास प्रभु जी की जय।
जय
सुदर्शन
सुत
दास प्रभु
प्रभु
जी की जय।
की सुत प्रभु
और
की जय।
ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees. Hare
कृष्ण गो गुरु
Krishna.
महाराज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Thank all
जय।
devotees once again for joining our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya daily Srimad Bhagavatam reading morning session in English. Hare Krishna. So, yesterday we have completed up to verse number 66. So, today we will start with the verse number 67 onwards of chapter 4, entitled Ambarish Maharaja offended by Durvasa Muni. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudire. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktar Bhavati Nashtagi. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bangum Lange Girim Yat Kurvadamaham Vande Paramanandamadavam Sri Gurum Dinadarinam Sri Chaitanyamishram Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalagaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanyamanobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupagatamahim Dadanti Supadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Udapatakamelam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahana Righunada Nidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Varjana Sagidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahana Lada Sri Vishakha Nidamsha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगल्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्य च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देव गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जगन्नाथाचार्य पदाय तय गौरी कथा सद्गुरु महाराज की जय. Hare Krishna, welcome once more all devotees for our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So, verse number 67 to start today. Hare Krishna. Malsevaya pradidam te salukyadi chatushtayam nechandi sevaya purna kudo anyad kala viplutam. मत्सेवया प्रदीतं ते सालोक्यादिचतुष्टयं नेच्छन्ति सेवया पूर्णा कुतो अन्यत् कालविप्लुतम्. Hare Krishna. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhayacharanarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. My devotees, who are always satisfied to be engaged in my loving service, are not interested even in the four principles of liberation: Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, and Sashti. Although these are automatically achieved by their service. What then is to be said to such perishable happiness as elevation to the higher planetary systems? Hare Krishna. Purport.
Hare Krishna. Please hold. Shivana Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Nandar Pranam Prabhu. We would
Nandar
like
Pranam,
to hear
Swamiji.
from you, but you expressed a desire or order. What shall I do?
Yeah, please, Prabhu. You can. We will love to hear from you, Prabhu. Please. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Thank you so much. So,
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
So,
Hare
at
Krishna.
workplace, so I may leave by informing or without informing, depending upon visitors and calls, messages. Okay. At that time, Shivana Prabhuji requesting you to continue in that case. Okay.
Sure, Prabhu. Sure.
Nandar Pranam. Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Kodi Vaishnava ki jai. Ganga Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Assembled devotees ki jai. Hare Krishna. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, the purest subject for Nirmal Sranam. For those who are not envious for pure devotee subject matter. But I am accepting this misadventure or a risky job because this was in our desire to have a regular Bhagavatam class. So since our desires, prayers were heard by Vaishnavas, Acharyas, and Supreme Lord, Guru Maharaj, Guru Parambara. So we are able to continue this. So how fortunate we are. So we have created Bhagavatam preachers also through this mission. So that is one of the most, what is called the beautiful or the most glorious aspect of this reading. By the mercy of Shivana Prabhuji, he had given opportunity to everyone and to preach. We started during Corona period, and I was working on and off, and thought, let us continue it every day. Then all devotees joined. Today, how many are there? Here, 11. Now, every
11.
day, I think, every day it is around two figures, double figures, being official hours for some, and homemakers, shift duty members. Hare Krishna. So we are in the, so may we all be empowered by Guru Parambara to continue and finish the 12 cantos, at least by understanding the translation and purport thoroughly. Not anything extra or anything, but at least this much. will be one of the greatest achievements in our, not only this lifetime, in our all lives together, past and present, because there is no gift or what do you call it, holy text than Srimad Bhagavatam in this entire universe. Hare Krishna. Thank you for the opportunity. So the 9th canto, namely liberation. And what is the name of the chapter? Ambarisa Maharaja offended by Durvasa Muni. So we are in the last section of the chapter, text number 63 to 71. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. The 67th one. So we just listen to the translation. Lord states that devotees are always satisfied in rendering loving devotional service unto Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the muktis, liberations, namely Salokya, Sarubhya, Samibhya, and Sashti are of no value for them, because it even hellish planets, devotees will do at least Smaranam. Then what to be said about perishable happiness of elevation to higher planetary systems? Nateshu Ramade Buddha, says in Bhagavad Gita. These intelligent people for Buddhas, these material pressures are of no interest. Nateshu Ramade, they have no interest. Anyway, we listen from Srimad Srila Prabhupada, what is there in the purport. Please read Prabhu purport. And all are aware about 4 types of muktis, no? Salogya, Sarubhya, Samibhya, and Sashti were in the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So these all should be known to us. Okay. If anything from translation to be asked, that can be asked. Otherwise, we'll go to the purport. Okay, translation is clear. Please go to the purport. Yes.
Okay, Bhaji. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sorry. Srila sorry. Srila Billumangala Thakura has estimated the value of liberation as follows. Mukti Swayam Mugulidanjali Sevate Asman Dharmartha Kama Gadeya Samaya Pradichaha. Billimangalan Thakura realized that if one develops his natural devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mukti stands before him with folded hands to offer all kinds of service. In other words, the devotee is already liberated. There is no need for him to aspire for different types of liberation. The pure devotee automatically achieves liberation even without desiring it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you,
So,
Prabhuji.
Srila Prabhupada has quoted Srila Villamangala Thakura here about the value of liberation. So, liberation is automatically achieved by devotees in the process of devotional service. But for that, you should have that natural tendency, that spontaneous bhakti is there with you. Then you are already a liberated person, because among the Navavidha bhaktis, at least Smaranam will be done by that devotee, he or she, whoever. That is the beauty. And Mukti is waiting at the doorsteps of or in front of devotees with folded hands. So no need of separate procedures or aspiration for liberation. By devotee automatically achieves. But devotee don't think about, devotee is living in the present. The pure devotee always think, what can I do for the Supreme Lord? What can I do for the Supreme Lord? What can I think for Supreme Lord? What can I speak about Supreme Lord? What can I doer for Supreme Lord. So Vaja Manasa Karmana, Manasa Vaja Karmana is always engaged in devotional service. So Mukti is already achieved, is Jivan Mukta. Although in this material world, that devotee is not affected by the Trivida Kleshas or Janma Mrityु Jara Vyadis of material world. So wherever such a devotee lives, that place becomes a spiritual world. His heart is a spiritual world. Its association causes the effect of being in spiritual world. This is what we experience in our satsang. Hare Krishna. If translation purport is okay, understood, all the words, all the statements, then we can go to the next. Next volunteer can read.
Hare Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4.68. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam twaham madanyatena jananti naham tebhyo anangabi. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam twaham madanyatena janati naham tebhyo manabi. Translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The pure devotee is always within the core of my heart, and I am always in the heart of the pure devotee. My devotees do not know anything else but me, and I do not know anyone else but them.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, anybody remembering the sloga? A similar later sloga in Bhagavad Gita?
6.30, Prabhuji, you are asking about it?
That is it Yogi Nama Visarvesha? Almost
Yomam
similar.
pashyati sarvatra sarvanjamai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami.
Okay. He's
That
talking about
also
heart. It's also similar. Huh? Okay.
almost like
Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshat
Namaste.
priya also.
So
So it's the Krishna.
Many are there.
I am dear to the devotees. I am equal to everyone, but I am dear to the devotees who serve me.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. So, requesting both Madaji and Prabhuji to put those slogas in our group after the class whenever we get time. So, always within the core of my pure devotees, always within the core of my heart, and Lord is always within the core of pure devotee. So, what a reciprocation. So, devotees relate everything with Supreme Lord. So that is why they don't know anything other than Supreme Lord. And Lord doesn't know anyone else but devotees. So Durvasa Muni will be thinking about the greatness of devotee despite the Varna asramas of devotees. He was thinking that he's a Brahmana, he is superior to a Kshatriya. I would like to read once more. The pure devotee is always within the core of my heart, and I am always in the heart of the pure devotee. My devotees do not know anything else but me, and I do not know anyone else but them. Now, it's a test for us also. If we are really devotees, we should not know anything else but Krishna. At least we should be able to relate everything to Krishna. Although we may have many things. No, we all know that. Trying to be Grihastha in my case, Grihamedi, that we can practice Yukta Vairagyam. Although Rupa Goswami is, so our prime time is used for what? Our prime time is used for earning money. Sure, no? The most productive hours of the day, 8, 10 or 12 hours a day, we work. Result of work is Lakshmi. So following the footsteps of Rupa Goswami may be very difficult. At least as we've seen the advice of Shukracharya, a statement of Shukracharya about how to divide the Lakshmi into 5 parts and use it. But it's 1/5 is suggesting for religion. That is not possible. Whatever is possible, something. That is the best we can do. And Lord says, I do not know anyone else but them. Now, I will not speak much on translation. Please read purport. We'll listen from Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
But since Durvasa Muni wanted to chastise Maharaja Ambarisa, it is to be understood that he wanted to give pain to the heart of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For the Lord says, Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam. The pure devotee is always within the core of my heart. The Lord's feelings are like those of a father who feels pain when his child is in pain. Therefore, offenses at the lotus feet of a devotee are serious. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has very strongly recommended that one not commit any offense at the lotus feet of a devotee. Such offenses are compared to a mad elephant because when a mad elephant enters a garden, it causes devastation. Therefore, one should be extremely careful not to commit offenses at the lotus feet of a pure devotee. Actually, Maharaja Ambarisha was not at all at fault. Durvasa Muni unnecessarily wanted to chastise him on flimsy grounds. Maharaja Ambarisha wanted to complete the Ekadashi Parana as part of devotional service to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he drank a little water. But although Durvasa Muni was a great mystic Brahmana, he did not know what is what. That is the difference between a pure devotee and a so-called learned scholar of Vedic knowledge. The devotees, being always situated in the core of the Lord's heart, surely get all instructions directly from the Lord, as confirmed by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita
Hare Krishna
10.11.
Maharaja. Please hold. Please hold.
Okay.
We'll check this paragraph. So, since pure devotees are in the heart of Supreme Personality of Godhead, if a pure devotee is hurt, Lord's heart is hurt. Just see the connection and relation between a pure devotee and the Supreme Lord. Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam. The pure devotee is always within the core of my heart. So, analogy given is, we may get injuries, we may get pain, but we are more at grief when our children or other dear and ears are hurt, especially children, father or mother. So about Vaishnava Parada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has warned that we should be very, very careful. We should not hurt. It will cause that mad elephant effect. If elephant enters the garden, everything in that garden is destroyed. It's a devastation, chaos. And here I would suggest, like to request that not only with the devotee, with every living being. Suhurdam, Lord is Suhurdam Sarva Bhudana. Of course, devotees have special place in Lord's heart, but not limiting to there. There should be our attitude to all living beings. When you are hurting the Suhrt of a friend of a Supreme Lord. So Durvasa Muni was proud of his Brahmanical position. He was in the bodily concept. So he wanted to chastise because he was not waited for to break the fast for Parana. But Maharaja Ambarish had consulted experts and he drank water. Durvasa Muni did not even wait to ask. He could have asked, why did you do that? That much patience he did not show. So this is the difference between devotee and a non-devotee. He was a great Brahmana, he was a great mystic. But he was not able to control his anger. Can say that he was, although by his nature he was Shiprakobi. That is why his name Durvasa. One of the meanings of his name, Durvasa. Dur means difficult. Vasa means stay together. Very difficult to stay with him. Very difficult to indulge. Very difficult to involve or interact. And another meaning we all know, Durva grass is his main food. So he's surviving on that grass. So the pure devotee and non-devotee is compared here. That is the difference. That means one of the greatest qualities of devotee, that patience, perseverance, is not shown by Durvasa Muni. Devotees being always situated in the core of Lord's heart surely get all instruction directly from the Supreme Lord. See, devotees are so close, so intimate, so near to the Supreme Lord. So direct instruction is received in the fastest manner. If we are very near, there is no delay, transmission delay. So this is confirmed in 10.11 of Bhagavad Gita. Maharaja, please read.
Hare Krishna. तेषाम् एवानुकम्पार्थम् अहम् अज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्तो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. The devotee does not do anything not sanctioned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As it is said, Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Vijneha na Mujhaya. Even the most learned or experienced person cannot understand the movements of a Vaishnava, a pure devotee. No one, therefore, should criticize a pure Vaishnava. A Vaishnava knows his own business. Whatever he does is precisely right because he is always guided by the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj. So this is 10.11. What is the speciality of 10.11?
Chadra for Gita.
Yes. That is a serial number of the Chatushloki. Chatushloki means 4. This is first, second, third, fourth. This is fourth. 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So Lord, out of compassion for pure devotee, He stays in their hearts, and all the ignorance, avidyas, are removed by the shining lamp of knowledge. So if something is not approved by Supreme Lord, devotee doesn't do. 18:14 of Bhagavad Gita says, the 5 elements to complete a endeavor, to do a karma, an activity, and that sanctioned by Paramatma is also required. Indriyas, efforts are the other ones. So some people may ask, so all the nonsense done by cruel people are also approved by Paramatma? No, they are not approved. This is confirmed in 3rd chapter. No. That means all these offenses, the crimes, atrocities, aggressions, these are the misuse of our free will. So devotee does not do anything not sanctioned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Vijneha na Bujhaya. So it's the most learned or experienced person in the world of material activities cannot understand the thoughts, words, and moments. The activities of Vaishnava. Why? Because they are looking at the world with Mams Chakshu, not with Jnana Chakshu. So their angle of vision is different. Their approach is different. Their perception is different. That is why a Vaishnava is never to be criticized, especially pure Vaishnava. Then the definition of pure Vaishnava, who has given up everything to the service of Supreme Lord. Like Ambarisa Maharaja in the previous sloka we saw, home, wife, children. Then before that, his horses, his chariot, his elephants, his opulences, friends, relatives. He did not know anything other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is always instructed, guided, and supervised Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all the words of or thoughts and actions of a pure Vaishnava is always right and is the best. Hare Krishna. We may go to the next, if no doubts. 69th can be read by next volunteer.
69. Somebody can read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I read, Prabhuji?
Maharaja, please go ahead.
Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, Chapter 4, Sloka number 69. Upayam kadayishyami tava viprashunvasvatat aham hyatma vicharaste yatastam yahi machiram sadhushu prahitam tejas prahartu kurute asivam upayam kadayishyami tava viprashunvantat शृण्वस्तात
I am. Yeah.
अयं ह्यात्माभिचारस्ते यतस्तं याहि माचिरं साधुषु प्रहितं तेजस् प्रहर्तु कुरुते असिवम्. Translation. O Brahmana, let me now advise you for your own protection. Please hear from me. By offending Maharaja Ambarisa, you have acted with self-envy. Therefore, you should go to him immediately, without a moment's delay. Once so-called prowess, when employed against the devotee, certainly harms he who employs it. Thus, it is the subject, not the object, who is harmed. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So, the Lord is continuing his conversation with the Ambrish Maharaja, saying that, listen to my advice. You were envious to Ambrish Maharaja. So, without a moment's delay, approach him, because nothing works against a devotee, even so-called prowess, power, your Tabasakti, your military power. You know the example, no? Vasishtha and Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra was a king at that time, and he wanted to.
Kamadhenu, you wanted to?
Yes. Then what happened? Who won there?
Only Vasishtha won.
Vasishtha did not. Vasishtha won. Yes, because of his.
Because the
mystic powers,
Kamadhenu doesn't want to go to with.
Correct.
Vishwamitra.
That means. See, whoever is more connected with Supreme Lord. Even.
Vasishtha.
So that is why he wanted. Vasishtha is a yogi, Ajarya Tapasya, and we can know about. Now, before that, Chavana Maharshi, he could paralyze the hands of Indra. Okay. So this military power is nothing. Vena was killed by Rishis. So even the yogis, they have so much of power. The devotees have higher power. Here is a yogi against a devotee. Let's see. So who is most powerful? Devotee is most powerful. Yes. So one so-called prowess, when employed against a devotee, certainly what happens? It fires back to the employer. Thus, it is the subject, not the object, who is harmed. So, whoever is initiating an Vaishnava Varada is harmed. That means nobody can harm a Vaishnava. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare
We will
Krishna.
listen from Srila Prabhupada. So now the translation, if translation is fully clear, all the sentences, then we'll go to the purport.
Hare Krishna. Purport. A Vaishnava is always an object of envy for non-devotees, even when the non-devotees happen to be his father. To give a practical example, Hiranyakasipu was envious of Prahlad Maharaj, but this envy of the devotee was harmful to Hiranyakasipu, not to Prahlada. Even every action taken by Hiranyakasipu against his son Prahlad Maharaj was taken very seriously by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And thus, when Hiranyakasipu was on the verge of killing Prahlad, the Lord personally appeared and killed Hiranyakasipu. Service to a Vaishnava gradually accumulates and becomes an asset for the devotee. Similarly, harmful activities directed against the devotee gradually become the ultimate cause of the performer's fall down. Even such a great Brahmana and mystic yogi as Durvasa was in a most dangerous situation because of his offense at the lotus feet of Maharaja Ambarisa, a pure devotee. Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So, Varna and Ashrama are not an impediment to become pure devotee or your birth. Even persons out of Chaturvarna, even a Sopaka, that is Chandala, who stays out of normal living places, out of village, stays in or near graveyard, who is the caretaker of that place. So can become a Vaishnava, that we will see later. We have seen also many places. So even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaja has told that you may encounter insults, dangers, and difficulties. But these things should not stop you from rendering services and also from preaching. This is natural. Prabhupada is aptly saying that Vaishnavas are objects of envy for non-devotee. Many of you might have felt this also. And non-devotee can be the closest relative, like father in case of Prahlada Maharaj. Hiranyakashipu first he wanted to advise his child. He advised his instructors, Shanda Amarka advised. Then Shanda Amarka told that no, we cannot change this child. This is a natural inclination is to Lord Vishnu, Bhakti. Then Hiranyakashipu decided to kill own son. So just 5-year-old boy. What happened? He tried all the possible methods, weapons, by elephants, by snakes, by throwing in fire, by throwing from the peaks of mountains. What happened? Since Prahlada Maharaj's devotion was so strong, so dridam, no weapons or danger would affect Prahlada Maharaj. Then finally, Lord personally appeared and killed. The same way, if harmful activities are directed against the devotee, what happened? That gradually become the ultimate cause of performers fall down. You may not feel that effect of offense in the first step. If you continue, even a single offense will have its bad effects. Even Rupa Goswami was not spared by an offense done unknowingly. It was a very small offense. He did not acknowledge a passing by Vaishnava. When such great Brahmana and mystic yogi Durvasa also put in the most dangerous situation. Most dangerous, why I said most dangerous means Sudarshana, no mercy. Sudarshana, Lord's one of the best weapons. And it was ordered to kill enemies of Ambarish Maharaja. Durvasa saw the prowess of Sudarshana in front of him when that demon created with Durvasa was killed. So there was no other way than to finally approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead with Durvasa Muni. So in this most dangerous situation occurred because of Durvasa Maharshi's offenses at the lotus feet of Maharaja Ambarisa, who is a pure devotee. So we know about Ambarisa Maharaja, no? All the senses were always Savai Mana Krishna Padaravindo. We studied that slogan. Hare Krishna. We may go to the next. 70th verse can be read by next volunteer.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4.70. Tapo vidya cha vipranam nishreyasakare ubhe te eva durvinitasya kalpate kurtur ayatha. Tapo vidya cha vipranam nishreyasakare ubhe Deva durvinitasya kalpete kuratur anyatha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charna Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila ki Jai. Translation. For a Brahmana, austerity and learning are certainly auspicious, but when acquired by a person who is not gentle, such austerity and learning are most dangerous.
Hare
Translation.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. No, I will
Okay.
repeat. No.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. So, Lord continues that austerity, learning are very much auspicious for a Brahmana. But the person who acquires the merits of austerity and the results of learning, if not gentle, then what happens? That will become dangerous for others as well as for himself also. That is why before giving the spiritual knowledge or permitting to do austerities, Sadgurus, the real gurus of bona fide paramparas, they test, they check about devotees, how is the nature, what is the quality. Like Ravana was a great Brahmana, and Hiranyakashipu was highly knowledgeable. If you listen to his lecture, any person will like to accept him as guru. That was his knowledge. But what happened? All their austerities and knowledge were of no use for them as well as for the world because they were not gentle. Okay, Prabhu? Hare Krishna. We'll see the purport. We'll learn from Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Purport. It is said that a jewel is very valuable, but when it is on the hood of a serpent, it is dangerous despite its value. Similarly, when a materialistic non-devotees achieve great success in learning and austerity, that success is dangerous for all of society. So-called learned scientists, for example, invented atomic weapons that are dangerous for all humanity. It is therefore said, Manina bhusita sarpaha kim asau na vayankara. A serpent with a jewel on its hood is as dangerous as a serpent without such a jewel. Durvasa Muni was a very learned Brahmana, equipped with mystic power, but because he was not a gentleman, he did not know how to use his power. His was therefore extremely dangerous. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is never inclined toward a dangerous person who uses his mystic power for some person designed by the law of nature. Therefore, such a misuse of power is ultimately dangerous not for society but for the person who is misuse it. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. The wonderful analogy given by Srila Prabhupada, like the jewel, any ratna, any precious stone is very, very valuable. But if on the hood of a serpent, what happened? It is very dangerous. If you try to approach, what happened? Snake will kill you. So if a non-devotee achieves success in learning and austerity, that is also dangerous. Prabhupada is quoting the examples of modern scientists. They even invented atomic weapons. And what happened? Atomic energy is used for many useful purposes also, but more than that, it was and it will be used for destruction only. So whether a serpent has got a jewel or don't have a jewel, serpent is always a serpent. So Durvasa Muni was highly learned, the great mystic yogi, but he was not gentle in his nature, behavior. So he should have thought that Ambarisa Maharaj is such a dedicated king, and in his country, all the subjects were devotees. And he was trying to harm such a gentleman. No, he did not think of all these things because these good qualities were not there in Durvasa Muni. So what happened? He caused danger to himself. First, he caused danger to others, then to himself also. So Prabhupada is stating that Supreme Personality of Godhead is never inclined towards a dangerous person who uses mystic power for some personal design. Yes. So Durvasa wanted to show his personal prowess. So by the laws of nature, therefore, such misuse of power is ultimately dangerous, not for society, but for the person who misuses it. Both are harmed. Society is also but dangerous, ultimately dangerous, not for society, but for the person who misuses it. So misusers will have the backfiring of it, as we saw now in the case of Durvasa. I think we can read. We can use the last sloka also. We can finish the chapter. Finish it. Yeah, it's a small purport. 2-3 minutes. So can I, Prabhu? 10:27.
Yeah, bro, we can complete this chapter today.
Chapter. Yes, Hare Krishna. Next volunteer, please.
Hare Krishna ji.
Hare Krishna, please read.
Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4.71. Brahmams tadgacha bhadram te na bhagatanayam nripam Kshemapaya mahabhagam tadah shantir bhavishyati Brahmamstadgacha bhadram te na bhagam tanayam nripam Kshemapaya mahabhagam tada shantir Bhavishyati. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O best of the Brahmanas, you should therefore go immediately to King Ambarisha, the son of Maharaja Nabhaga. I wish you all good fortune. If you can satisfy Maharaja Ambarisha, then there will be peace for you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaja. So, final advice, Supreme Lord to Durvasa Muni. Om Harshi, go to Maharaja Ambarish, who is son of Nabhaga Maharaja. Then Lord is giving you best of luck, all good fortune. So Lord knows that Maharaja Ambarish will forgive. Okay. And then satisfy Ambarish Maharaja, then you will be relieved. See, Lord is showing that Lord is controlled by devotee. Aham Bhakta Parati. Please continue purport, Mother.
Hare Krishna. In this regard, Madhava Muni quoted from the Madhva Muni quoted from the Garuda Purana, Brahmadi Bhakti Koti Amshad Amsho Naivambariksha Kshe Naivanyasya Chakrayapi Tadapi Harir Ishvaraha Tat Kaliko Pachiyatvat Tesham Yashasa Adirat Brahmadyascha Tat Kirtim Jayam Ashur Uttamam Vyanjayam Ashur Uttamam Mohanaya cha Daityanam Brahmade Nindanaya cha Anyartam cha Swayam Vishnur Brahmadyascha Nirashishaha. Hare Krishna ji.
Thanks.
No, one more verse.
Don't want to read? Okay.
No, Prabhuji. I'm reading from the screen.
Okay,
Manushe
fine.
Shuddha Matvacha Tesham Bhaktyadibhir Gunehi Brahmadir Vishnu Adi Natva Nyapa Nayacha Kevalam Durvasascha Swayam Rudras Tadapi Anyayam Uktavan Tasyapi Anugraharthaya Darpa Nashartham Evacha. The lesson to be derived from this narration concerning Maharaja Ambarisha and Durvasa Muni is that all the demigods, including Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, are under the control of Lord Vishnu. Therefore, when a Vaishnava is offended, the offender is punished by Vishnu, the Supreme Lord. No one can protect such a person, even Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 9th Canto, 4th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Ambarisha Maharaja offended by Durvasa Muni.
Hare
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hare
So,
Bol. Hare Krishna.
so we are very
Hari
fortunate
Bol.
to
Hare Bol.
hear from Madhvacharya, no? From the words of Srila Prabhupada, taken from Garuda Purana. So the essence is that everyone, including Brahma, Lord Shiva, demigods, are controlled by Supreme Lord Vishnu. So how can we relate this to one of the Namabaradas? Which one?
First offense. To blaspheme a
Blaspheming a
devotee
devotee
or who has dedicated his
for
life for
propagating the
Yes,
holy name
yes.
of
And also,
To consider the names of Lord Vishnu.
demigods.
second also. First and second. Both first and second, no?
Yes, bro.
So commit Vaishnava brother. That is deliberately, especially deliberately, sure, you will be punished. And only unto whom you offended can only give you peace. You have to go to approach that person and ask for forgiveness. No one can protect such a person, even Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva. Then it means that the most powerful controllers of the universe, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma also cannot protect. So this is the position of a pure Vaishnava. Hare Krishna. Doubts, if any? No doubts. Comments are welcome. Shivana Prabhuji, Saranda Prabhu is also there.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Yeah, very wonderfully explained on time. Exactly, we completed this chapter also. Very beautiful chapter. Giving the intimate relationship between a devotee and Bhagavan. So, how much a devotee is close to the heart. Sadhava hridayam mahyam, sadhunam hridayam tu aham. So, the devotee is very close to the Lord, and the Lord is very close to the devotee. So, that this pastime says the importance, glories of a Vaishnava. Why the Vaishnavas are glorified. So, that explanation very beautifully explained. And we should never, as you said, we should never offend a Vaishnava, because that will destroy our bhakti. And that is one important lesson we are learning from here. And also second important lesson is nobody can be protected, no demigods can protect if at all, the Lord wants to, punish somebody, that two things are there as the same, like the supremacy of the Lord is also established here, and the supremacy of the devotee also established. So very beautiful, I think, for practicing devotees. I think this is a very wonderful instruction Srila Prabhupada is giving in the purport, and he also very beautifully explained all those important points from the purport. And also one important point is how the devotee chooses always service over liberation. The devotee, initially we are saying back to home, back to Godhead. But as devotee is advancing, he is not very much desperate for even liberation. Like he wants to do service wherever. Like Srila Prabhupada is saying, if you take a typewriter, whether it is in the hell also, it will do cut, and if in hell also, it will do the same job. So a devotee is only concerned for service. One time Srila Prabhupada was discussing with one of his disciples in Canada, in temple in Canada. So Srila Prabhupada was asking him, like, what do you attracts in Krishna consciousness more? Whether it is a holy name, or whether it is a philosophy, or whether the deities. So that devotee was saying to Srila Prabhupada that I don't understand much of the philosophy, because it is achintya, and I don't like other things also, like whatever. I am more attracted, I like serving the Lord and serving the devotees. This makes me happy. So Prabhupada said this is the essence of Krishna consciousness. You should be happy by serving the Lord and his devotees. If you release that happiness, that is the perfection of life. Just we have to be happy by serving the Lord. And that's why the devotees always want to, because they are not even bothered about liberation, but they want that I want to actually serve the Lord. Mama Janmani Ishware Bhavatad Bhaktir Haituki Tvai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. Birth after birth, I just want to serve your lotus feet. And that, Lord, by serving, actually we should get happiness. That is perfection of devotion. I think that is very beautifully said, verse number 67. Devotees choose service over liberation. So initially we may have that aspiration, to somehow get liberated. We come, chant, we do service. Because that is how the initial impetus when a devotee comes to Krishna consciousness, this material world is a bad place, and somehow we need to escape. And with that inspiration he comes, but when he is progressing more and more, getting more and more purified, his natural inclination is, I don't care whether it is heaven or hell, Like we have a lot of instances, like Hanuman also said, wherever Ramakatha is there, I will go there. Prahlad Maharaj also said, I am not interested in liberation. Let me liberate all the people here. They are always looking for service. In Narada Muni also same. So as devotees advancing, he is not bothered about any kind of liberation, which he initially aspired for. But he only wants to serve the Lord. Very high position. Srila Prabhupada exhibited this, like this symptom, that he always wants to serve the Lord. Even though so much challenges came to him, like his typewriter was stolen. Even after going to America for spreading the holy name, again he had a lot of challenges, but blissfully he served the Lord. So that should be, we should follow in that footsteps of the Acharyas, Prabhupada disciples. How they are blissful in serving the Lord, and we should take up that lesson. Whatever, maybe I may be liberated or may not be liberated, we don't know, but I always should be happy by serving the Lord and His devotees. That mood, if we cultivate, I think then we are very successful in our devotional service. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for giving your sharing your realization and understanding. Hare Krishna, and thank you all.
All right. Prabhu.
Also, we would like to pray for Sadananda Sham Prabhu. I think today is Prabhuji's birthday, right, Prabhu? Sadananda Sham Prabhu?
My daughters also, Prabhuji. Sadhananda Prabhuji and my daughter also.
Hari Bol.
This
One
is
Vaishnava and Vaishnavi.
Okay. Date or star?
Date star coming only, Prabhuji. Utram.
Okay.
Okay, so date is today, right, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sadananda Prabhu also today, right? So we'll make a special prayer on this very auspicious day to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Krishna, that they remain in Krishna consciousness, they progress in Krishna consciousness, and they are happy in Krishna consciousness. And may the Lord give them good health and good devotion and happiness always. Let us take shelter of the holy name for both of their exalted Vaishnava and Vaishnavis, for the Lord's blessing upon them on this day by taking the shelter of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Also, thank you,
And all
Prabhuji.
mothers and
Thank you,
brothers.
Darshan Vaste Prabhuji. So we wanted our gratitude. Thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful explanation. And thank you, Shimura Prabhuji, for joining and enlightening us. Hare Krishna.
For the wonderful comments.
പ്രഭുജി ആരോഗ്യത്തോടെ ഇങ്ങനെ സത്സംഗമൊക്കെ നടത്തി ഞങ്ങൾക്കെല്ലാം ക്ലാസ് ഒക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു തന്നെ ആരോഗ്യത്തോടെ ഇരിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. ഹരി ഹരി ബോൽ.
We'll chant again 3 times. We take the shelter.
Also for the all assembled Vaishnavas.
Sure, yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare